Friends, welcome to the Woke Nation, our nation of factual truth, where we feel free to share knowledge and spread the knowledge of factual truth without fear, without favor, and without faint. Where we encourage us to live our life and live it well through the knowledge of factual truth, because it's our lives. And personally, I encourage you to enjoy your life. You can, you were born to live, explore, and enjoy your life, and you cannot live another person's life. No, they may invite you to enjoy with them, but it's never yours. So you must learn to live your life, not their life. And the only way you can live your life is to start using your brain. Think for yourself. Nobody have two heads. That person you're calling your mentor, that person you're calling your leader, that person you're calling your teacher, does that person have two heads? You say, oh, because he's older than me, because he's more experienced than me. But it's still brain that person is using. There is also in other areas where you have more experience than that person. That person is older than you doesn't mean he have had your experience. So know that nobody else can have your experience. When people say I feel how you feel, though they're just wishing, they're just making empty words. Nobody can feel your pain. Nobody. The only person that can say a person may say I feel your pain because they have their own pain, but that's their own. The level of their pain is not level of your own pain. Okay, understand that. So, I'm sharing on what I titled What Religion Does to People. What religion does to people. What religion does to people. What is religion? A belief in a supreme being, or in a god, or in gods and goddesses that people claim, not proven, claim created the heaven and the earth or the world, or created everything and controls it. Think about it. If you believe, if you're among those people that believe there is a God you have not seen or can see that created everything, and this God you have not seen or can see also control everything, then why are you blaming the devil you have also not seen or can see? Why are you blaming yourself? Why is it when you hear people telling you that God fails, you say, no, it is not God's fault. It is people's fault. It is the wickedness of men. The wickedness of men proves there is no God. If there is God, there will be no wickedness of men. If there is God, there will be no people running around, reading other people's life, invading other people's land, enslaving other people, colonizing other people, robbing other people, stealing from other people, and tell you do not steal. I'm against anything or anyone that says thou shalt not steal. It is great to steal because that's the only way you can be rich. Do you want to be rich? You must know how to steal. If you don't know how to steal, you are not ready to be rich. Every rich one steals. You cannot steal once and stop and say you stay rich. No, you must continue doing that, robbing people in one way or the other, especially in this time and the age where people focus on money. Okay, so religious people are victims of faith. They are victims of faith, believing without seeing what they believe. They believe something is real, yet from year to year, they have not seen that thing they believe or that one they believe. They keep believing. They keep believing. So they become victims of faith. You see them preach against their African tradition and culture. You see them promoting the name of Jesus against their ancestors, against their culture, against their tradition. Yet when they die untimely, when they die sickly, when they die in the hospital, when they die in accident, they want us to believe it is the will of their God. They want us to shut up. They want us to not talk against it. Oh, no, believe what you believe. Then respect what other people believe. No. You were not born to believe what you believe. You were born to know what you believe. If you believe in something, no, it means see it. If you believe in something, see that thing. You cannot know what you believe. You say, I believe, I believe. No, once you know, you stop believing. So dare to know. If you continue believing that, that means you lack knowledge of it. You don't see that, but you claim to see it. So you become victim of faith. You're supposed to embrace science to save yourself. You say, no, I believe in divine this. I believe in divine that. Then you die. They say, oh, it's God. God will call him. It's time. It's time. Who are you to question God? The God you cannot question does not exist. The God you cannot see does not exist. So, do you see everything that exists? Yes. If you tell me about it, I can see it, including the air. I can see it. That you cannot see it does not mean someone else cannot see it. And you should start speaking of what you have seen. Stop speaking of what you have not seen. So you see these people, they become liars for their faith. They become liars for their belief. They become liars for their religion. They become liars for their God. They become liars for their Jesus. They become liars for what they believe, not what they know. Then you show them what you know. They say you are carnal man. Yes, I am carnal man. I am of the flesh. I am flesh. I am eternal carnal man. And I don't need any spiritual thing. I don't need any spiritual being. I need carnal things. A carnal person cannot survive on spiritual things. And a spiritual person cannot build on carnal things. They cannot. No matter how they try to change it. You hear people, the people that claim to be spiritual or people that believe in spirituality, they tell you that spirituality is not religion. Bullshit. First, define religion. Know what is religion. You have to know what is religion. Don't just believe what somebody say. Especially you Africans who are listening to all these Indian guru. People that say that, don't you know that spirituality the Indians or the Asians or other people are telling you about, telling you spirituality is not of religion or about bullshit. They copy it from your ancestors. And your ancestors did not build with spirituality, they built with science. Spirituality came later, and that's what caused our downfall, which many of you don't want to admit. But you that is still insist, you African that is still insist spirituality, what can you do or what are you doing with spirituality today? Tell us, what can you do in reality? I read one post a few minutes ago. He said that is it Ezemini or Ezemwa say that our people are most ignorant people because they forgot their culture and tradition. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Any culture or tradition that cannot help you to build good roads for yourself, any culture or tradition that cannot help you to build nice house for yourself, nice things using even what you have, trash it. Spiritual people say that spirituality is not a religion. It's a relationship with nature. It's knowing nature. It's science. It cannot be science. Science is what you know and you do what you know. You don't believe what you know. And what you know, you can demonstrate it for all to see. It's not something to believe. Science is not what you gain after death. Science don't deal with after death. No. That's why spirituality is bullshit also. It's a belief. But this people say, it's not it's a belief. Even those authorities you base on, listen to them, they tell you that it's a spiritual belief system. You call it spirituality. There's no spirituality in Africa originally. We have nothing to do. It's people that have made up all this spirituality. Okay, there's a spirit. You cannot prove it. I said one post I just saw. Let me read what he said. Now I'm talking about spirituality. This person, his name is Kuliza Negus. That's the Facebook name. He says spirituality is not a religion. Nonsense. He said being spiritual just means you are in touch with your divine self. What are you talking about? He said being spiritual is what? It means. He said it means. That's somebody. That's why they interpret everything. That's why we keep telling them spirituality is unorganized beliefs. They are not organized in spirituality. You believe cup is you are this, you believe bottle is you are this, you believe tree is you are this, you believe stone is you are this. It's a belief. It's not knowledge, it's not science. With science, you build. You cannot build a house without science. You cannot build anything. You cannot do any work in this life without science. You can live without spirituality or without being spiritual. Say divine self. What are you talking about, divine self? Okay, the first is in 5 words, spirit. You don't have spirit in you. People keep trying to say, okay, no, your mind is a spirit. Can you see your mind? Okay, no. They say mind is what connects your brain with the universe. That's what they said. But all I know, I have brain. And that brain work with the universe. Look at your brain and see. They say there is mind in the soul. That's what we are using. But you cannot prove there is a spirit in you. You say, no, that force you feel. That no. It's not. Like my co-worker asked me, she said Jamaican. She said, okay, where will your soul go after death? I said, which soul? Before you ask me where will my soul go after death, tell me where I can see my soul in my body. My body is also part of the universe. It's not useless as they taught you. Because they make you believe your spirit is greater than your body. No, there can be no body without your spirit, and there can be no your spirit without body. Actually, your body is the spirit, the real spirit. Spirit is not invisible. Spirit is not untouchable. Another word for spirit is person. Another word for person is soul. Another word for person is body. You cannot try because somebody defines something or says something, this thing means this. That's bullshit. When it comes to factual truth, it applies to everybody. Just like the sun is descending to everybody. This person will not say, no, the sun is still in farm. No! The sun means this. That's nonsense. We are children of Ra. That's nonsense. We are children of the sun. That's nonsense. We are not. We are human beings, eternal beings, carnal beings, born, not created by any God, and no one can destroy us. There is no spirit living in any flesh. It's people making up nonsense, especially in their illusion, delusion, and hallucination. They keep thinking it will be real. It's real because I saw it will be real. No. Yes. When your life will begin to make sense even to you when you stop believing. Say, I need to know. Not I want to believe. No, I want to know. I need to know. I don't want to believe. Believe I'm a billionaire. Okay, that's nonsense. Okay, I need 1 million. Can you give it to me? You say no. Then don't tell me you are a billionaire. You are not. If you are a billionaire, you can afford to give me 1 million. You say, why should I give it to you? Then why do you tell me that? If you know you cannot give me 1 million when you claim to be a billionaire, don't tell me you're a billionaire. Shut up, and I will not ask you for any help. So under the meme they share, they say spirituality doesn't come from religion. He said it comes directly from the soul. Do you see nonsense somebody is saying? Where is the soul that the spirituality comes from? And people wrote this and post it because people are not using their brain. They say, yeah, it makes sense. It does not make sense. Spirituality comes from straight from the soul. Which soul? Where is the soul? Okay, they tell you some place the soul mean the heart, or the spirit mean the heart. No, you can see the picture of your heart. There's no spirit in your heart. There's no soul in your heart. There's no God in your heart. There's no divine in your heart but blood. The function of the heart is to pump blood. That's it. It cannot love. It cannot think. It cannot say anything. It cannot feel anything. It cannot serve any God. Heart don't do those things. It is people using idiomatic expression to control you, and you think they are special. They are not. Hear what he said again. He said, pure spirit is the true reality of who and what you are. That's nonsense. That's nonsense people just made up. Somebody else said that. It doesn't make it true. But some of them make a lot of money selling this nonsense to people. Selling imaginary things, selling illusion, selling delusion, selling hallucination to people, and people are buying it. Then when somebody like me just throw little light to them, say, listen, this thing doesn't make sense. Use your brain. They begin to say, you don't know. You think you know you are Mr. Know-It-All. So because you are afraid of being called know-it-all, you decided to believe what somebody say because that person is a professor. Professor Emeritus. Bullshit. Because they have they have gray hair or white hair. That's why you should believe without using your brain. How can you tell me that the pure spirit is the true reality of who and what you are? Pure spirit. So which one is on pure spirit? And this is the nonsense that make people believe that human beings originally have a devil in them or evil in them. No. Evil did not originate from human beings. It originated from fake people, not from the original human beings. Somebody came to where I made a post. He said that human being is different from human being. Said that's bullshit. It's just telling me because white people call Africa. So it's different. No, it's not. It's not. And that you see some people believe that it was white people that call us Africa. No, they didn't. That's how they pronounce it. Just like my state in Nigeria, Anambra State. It was Omambara River. Omambara. But white people call it Anambra. Okay, we call it Anambra. So people, because they can't even use their brain, they will not understand the word said. And however you put the word, they begin to use it without thinking. There is no spirit in you. There's no soul in you. You are the soul you are talking about. You are the spirit you are talking about. And you can be touched. You are not invisible. No invisible God created you. You were born by visible parents. And you are visible being. You are eternal being. Visible is eternal. No one can destroy you. Your death is not your end. Your death is a door to a new level of life. The same life you continue living is the circle of birth and death. That's the circle of life. Your life is eternal. You don't need eternal life as a gift from any God or any man. So how about Christians or religious people? You hear Christians, even educated Christian who went through primary school in Africa, secondary school in Africa, university in Africa, then turn around now because he claimed to be born again or she claimed to be born again, telling you that Christianity is not a religion. This person tell you Christianity is not a religion. He carry Bible. He said Christianity is not a religion. He believed there is God in heaven. He said Christianity is not a religion. And he's praying. He said Christianity is not a religion. And Christianity is a new religion. Islam, new religion. Judaism, new religion. How about those religions that existed before them? Because now you grow up, you condemn all the religions that existed before your own. And your own copied from those religions. But your own is the acceptable one. Your own is the right one. Why are they behaving? Why do you see spiritual people claiming that spirituality is not religion, but science or relationship with nature? Why do you see Christians or religious people denying their faith is religion, especially Christians? At least Muslims will tell you, yeah, Islam is a religion. Roman Catholic members will tell you, yeah, Christianity is a religion. But you see these born-again Christians, they're telling you that Christianity is not a religion, but relationship with Christ, relationship with God. So they believe in the gospel of God and gospel of Christ. Why? Because religion has cast spell on believers. That spell is called ghost spell. For short, gospel. Anytime you hear gospel, they're talking about spell that a ghost, believe in ghost, cast on them. You believe in spirit, you believe in ghost, that spell comes on you. And I want to share three of them today. The spell of blindfold comes on them. It covers their brain, not their physical eyes. That's why they can see the evidence, the physical evidence. They can see reason. But because their brain has been covered by that blindfold from their book, from their preachers, now they cannot see actually what you're saying. They say, no. It takes them to the third one I will speak on today, which is denial. They hate to think outside their book. Their book is the proof of their God. If they want to tell you what their God is saying, they go to the book. And that book have different translations, different versions, many mistakes, many contradictions. But they say, oh, that's the proof. They hate to think outside the book. So that book becomes the log over their eyes. They can see the fact you are saying, but what they believe in the book blind their third eyes, which is their brain. They cannot reason with you. They cannot accept the logic you present before them. They cannot accept the reality. They cannot accept the evidence. Then you see them accusing you that you are the devil. The devil, you know the Bible. They accuse the devil of knowing the Bible because you are showing them what is in their Bible that contradicts their church doctrines, that contradicts their personal beliefs. They tell you even the devil can quote the Bible. Devil not. Have you seen that? Did the devil tell you he know the Bible? No, you are quoting what is written in the same Bible that tell you that devil said to Jesus, "It is written." Do you hear in the Old Testament where devil said it is written? It's only in the New Testament. Who made it? The church. They made it up to deceive you. And they also lie in that book that devil believe in one God. Hey? Did you hear from devil telling you believe in one God? I think it's James chapter 2 verse 19. He said you believe there is one God. He said you did well. Even the demons believe and tremble. That verse alone should teach you, no, don't believe in one God. Because when you believe, you fear that God and you tremble. You live in fear, it will be tormenting you. The fear of that God will be tormenting you. And that's what torments believers. Religion casts spells, ghost spell on believers. The second spell it casts on them is spell of limitation. It limits them. It stops them from thinking for themselves. It stops them from leaning on their own understanding. That's after thorough research. They find the truth, they understand. Yeah, this is how this is. They refuse to lean on it. Why? Because the Bible says, trust in the Lord, lean not on your own understanding, and he will guide you. Who will guide you? A God you have not seen, a God you cannot see. That's the God that will guide you. When you have seen the obvious, when you have seen the facts that can guide you. Oh, God saying, will guide me with his eyes. And you say, nobody, this God is a spirit. Your spirit have eyes. Your spirit have hands. Eh? And that's why when they tell you, yeah, there's a spirit in you, that means that spirit have everything you have. Because they try to, I used to preach that when I was a preacher, that we have two nature, spiritual nature and the carnal nature. It's a lie. We have only one nature. One nature. It is carnal. It is eternal. It is excellent until you believe nonsense they told you. It is indestructible. They cannot destroy you. Well, when they tell you, oh, you can destroy the flesh, you can't destroy the soul or the spirit, it's a lie. You cannot destroy the flesh. You kill the flesh, you do that flesh a favor. It's coming back afresh. It goes back until it dies. It cannot come back anew. Oh, you get a yam and you cut it into pieces and throw it into the ground. Did you destroy that yam? It's coming up again. You crush it. You put it in the ground. Nobody will leave this earth. No matter how you die, whether they crush you, whether they bury you, no matter how you die, you are going back to the earth and you're coming back. This is where you are. This is where you're from. This is where you live. But they limit you instead of you to know more about yourself and the universe you are living in. You keep believing their bullshit. You keep believing their nonsense. They limit you. You begin to promote God and demote yourself. You begin to sing the stupid song they sing. More of you, less of me. Hey, that is what you do when the spell of limitation is on you, and that's what religion casts on believers. You cannot cast spell on a real human being like myself. You cannot curse me. You cannot bless me because I'm above God. I'm above faith. I'm above belief. I'm above spirituality. I'm above religion. No matter what you wish, I'm above it. No matter what you say, I'm above it. These people, because of the spell of limitation upon them, although they are real, God is not real, God is fake. Now they begin to exalt fake over reality, begin to exalt God over themselves, begin to exalt Jesus over themselves. Wake up, my people, and trash that evil mentality that religion created in you. Religion casts spell, goes spell on believers. And the third spell is the spell of denial. Spell of denial, especially self-denial. You hear them saying, I am nothing without God. I am nothing without Jesus. I am nothing without the Spirit of God. I am nothing without this religion. Oh, I was talking to a lady. I said, I want to marry you. She said, oh, no, Jesus, bullshit, Jesus, that. Said, there's no such thing. He said, oh, if you know what I've been through in life. She didn't wait for me to show her. No, there's nothing. For the fact you went through that, supposed to teach you there's no God, there's no Jesus. And you are the one that went through. You went through that and you come out and you make your life better now. See how you are glowing. So that show you are the one that work it out, not any God. And as only a fellow human being that can help you to work it out also. God cannot do that. Jesus cannot do that. And you believing that God used somebody to do that makes you a moron. Spell of limitation. They imagine, like in Luke chapter 14, verse 26, they say that you must hate your father, hate your mother, hate your brother, hate your sister, hate your wife, hate your children, and even your own life to be a disciple of Jesus. Then you see human being saying the Lord is his shepherd. A human being saying the Lord is her shepherd. A human being saying he's a sheep. A human being saying she's a sheep. The spell of limitation. They cannot even see themselves as human beings anymore. They see themselves as animals that need a shepherd. They see themselves as useless things that need God to be useful, or that need faith to be useful. You see them telling you no matter what you get in this world, it's nothing. You will go to hell, you will miss heaven. Nonsense. They ask you, what shall it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? What soul are you talking about? I don't have any soul to lose. The only thing I have lost and I will never regain it again is mental chains, mental slavery, the lies that Christianity taught me from birth. I've lost it. I can never regain it again forever. Even in my next life, I will never be born in a family of people that believe in God. I will never be born in the family of people that worship God. Never again. Enough. So this spell of denial is why they are denying or ignoring reality, ignoring evidence, ignoring logic, ignoring facts, ignoring reason. You show it to them, even using their own hardship. They tell you it doesn't matter. Why? Because the spell tell them, in everything give thanks to God. If you don't give glory to God, he will turn you into animal as he did to Nebuchadnezzar in the book. If you don't give glory to God, he will deal with you as he dealt with Pharaoh of Egypt in the book, not in reality. If you don't give God glory, he will deal with you as he dealt with King Herod in the Bible, not in the reality. Human beings living on fear. They fear their nakedness. They fear their thought. They fear their dream. They fear their vision. They fear themselves for this useless, imaginary, worthless God. Religious foes are under God's spell, which they call the fear of God. They say it is the beginning of wisdom, but that is what torments them. Their book also says that fear, that fear goes with torment. Everywhere you see fear, it torments the people that have it. People that have the fear of God are tormented by that fear of God daily. That's why they keep praying for the same thing, praying, crying, suffering. From year to year, the same thing is happening. Look at your family. You have God-fearing family. Look at how many years you have been suffering in that family. Your parents still suffering, yet they believe. The fear of unknown God, the fear of imaginary God, the fear of genie. Genie in Aladdin, you rub the lamp, it will appear. You make a wish, then it will be granted. That's movie. It can never be real. Your God can never provide anything for you. The fear of God is what torments religious people from thinking for themselves. But do you know what easily exposes their stupidity in believing in God they have not seen or can see? Poverty. Poverty shows that they don't even trust that God they believe in. They fear poverty more than God. They don't want to be poor. They don't, no. And they can kill for money. They think money is what will elevate them from poverty. No. Having money doesn't mean you are no longer poor. No. Having money doesn't mean you have escaped poverty. No. As a people, we are poor. Poverty that runs in our land should teach you there's no God. Go to our villages in Africa and see how we are suffering. Oh, because you travel to abroad or to the city and you are making money, you think you have escaped poverty. No. The reason why you cannot live in your village is because poverty is there. That's why you are not. The reason why I'm living in America today is because poverty is in my village. And that poverty is there. People worshiping God there. God cannot remove it. Poverty exposes your stupidity. Believing in a God that casts spell on you. Read their book. You see the causes. A God that you say created you, say will come upon you for not obeying him. And you want me to believe in that stupid, useless God? Wake up, my people, and trust that God. Live your life without religion. Live your life without spirituality. Begin to embrace knowledge. Do what you know. Say what you know. Share what you know. Spread what you know. No condition is permanent. You will get better. God.